Hi, I'm Han. My full name's Chong Han, but you can just call me Han, and I'm from the class of 2018. So I moved to Singapore in 2007 with my siblings and my mom, because my mom's actually Singaporean. So since I was a kid, we frequently visit my grandparents. One thing I always remember as a kid was the green fences. You know, those that kind of separate the left and the right lane of the roads. And then I'd fall asleep in the car. If I woke up and I saw those fences, I'm like, oh yeah, we're in Singapore. It was quite funny actually. So when my family moved, we actually moved into the same HDB flat that my mom grew up in. And I was coming from a house in Malaysia where the ground floor and the upper floor shared the same ceiling. So I was used to lying on the couch and just staring at a really, really high ceiling and just enjoying that space. And then I came to this really small HDB. My house is probably about the size of a suite. I feel crushed. I feel like the ceiling's about to collapse. And so while all of my siblings were helping out to clean the house out so that we could move in, I caught a fever. Oh, so how did I get into this whole drawing, cartooning thing? When it really took off, I think was when I was in my second year of primary school. And then he tapped me on the shoulder. This guy, his name's Derek. He drew comics. It was all stick figures, and they had these little battles. We ended up in this collaboration, and I started drawing comics in the form of stick figures since that point. I mean, before that, drawing was all just haphazard for me, disfiguring people's faces on my textbook and stuff like that. Till one day I was in class and I was adding my part in it, and then my teacher saw and she tried to grab the book. I mean, obviously she saw it, and so she confiscated it. I was more afraid of what my mom would actually do to me. I was so sure that she was gonna murder me. My teacher had shown her my drawings, and my mom told me that the only thing in her mind when she saw those drawings was oh, those are really nice. He should keep drawing. Well, okay, so I'm Mormon, so that's just a nickname for my church. The official name of my church is the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. They give me the assignment, so I have no idea where I'm going. They send this letter. It's a huge cultural thing in my church where people will open up the letter that says, oh, you have been called to serve in... I got called to the England Manchester mission as a Chinese-speaking missionary. People, when they hear about mission, they think about you're going to some rural village, and then you're doing charity for them, and then you're also preaching at the same time. The mission that I went for was primarily to preach, but for the elders, we're always dressed in a white shirt and a tie with a badge that will say elder and then your last name. So for 2 years in England, I was known as Elder Chong, and in Chinese that was 长老. For those 2 years, that's what I did. I'd be out on the streets basically looking for people who are interested in learning more about Jesus Christ. So far I've only mentioned the nice things, the people I meet, but 99% of the time it was rejection. It was really fun. I got to know a lot of good friends from there. So when I was 16 and I was asked by one of the missionaries in my church to help translate for one of the people in the congregation. So they gave me this mic, and I'm just there okay, well, here goes. And the Bible in Mandarin is 圣经, and for some reason, I translated it as 月经, which is menstruation. And so for pretty much 15 minutes straight, every time the person mentioned the Bible, I was talking about menstruation, and I did not realize this up until I finished, the session finished, and then I was just